Welcome to Unhinged and On Call. I'm Dr. Chelsea, your resident veterinarian.
And I'm Trish, a registered vet tech who's seen it all. Each week, we're pulling back the curtain on the wild world of veterinary medicine, from late-night emergencies to barnyard drama.
No filters, no fluff, just real stories, real laughs, and maybe a little emotional damage. Thanks for letting us share the madness with you. Well, welcome to Unhinged and On Call. Today we have a great guest. Her name is Liz Brockhouse. She's a great friend of mine, and we recently got to reconnect when we were in Florida. I was there in Ocala, and it turns out, I think from a Facebook post, that I wouldn't have expected you to be there. And then she reached out, I think it was my hauling in post, because I really didn't post a lot. And then Liz messaged me and she's like, I'm like 5 minutes from you.
No way. Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
So we got to see each other all the time. We went to several Grand Prix and did some fun things. So
You met in Colorado?
yeah, well, no, actually in Wisconsin.
Oh, in Wisconsin. Okay.
So Liz is from Illinois, as you'll find out. But when I was practicing in Wisconsin, I would actually take care of her horse. All that. So then we got to be good friends when we were working there, and then have kind of just kept up since then.
Yeah.
So but Liz is a vet tech from Illinois, and then her new job, essentially, or last few years' job, has kind of allowed her to be more mobile. She was managing a practice really successfully in Illinois, and then now is working for a corporation. And I guess welcome to the show, Liz.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be here and to get to chat with you guys. So a little bit more about myself. I really came into vet med through equine medicine. I managed a couple stables before going into vet med and really just loved that aspect of it. That was my favorite part of the day whenever in Wisconsin, if you came out to the place that I was working, or once I moved back down to Illinois, like I just found that I really enjoyed those pieces. So decided to go into vet med for myself. Ended up in small animal practice, which I did not foresee coming. I thought for sure I would stick with equine. But the only equine hospital that we had was about an hour away, and all of our local equine that was ambulatory don't actually use vet techs. They typically go out on their own and don't have an assistant or a tech with them, so there just wasn't a lot of opportunity. And so a clinic ended up taking a chance on me and giving me my, second or third career start. And so I just kind of exploded from there. It turned out I loved it. I loved the problem solving was all the same as it is in equine. And spicy cats are sometimes harder to handle in their 10 pounds of wisdom and spiciness than your 1,000-pound horse. So I learned there were still challenges. Yes, way harder sometimes. You've got claws flying and teeth bared and all of that. It's just another level of another level there. So I started as a receptionist and very quickly worked my way into vet assistant and then vet technician, and then ended up as the practice manager, which was kind of a whole nother element, a whole nother side of it that I hadn't previously seen. And really enjoyed that aspect. We were actually owned by one of the corporate consolidators, and I really respected what they did and kind of saw my next opportunity in the position I'm in now. So I'm actually a special projects manager for the corporation. And so now I work with all, over 300 practices, which at sometimes is a little overwhelming because you're their go-to person for the project that we're working on. But at the same time, I get to really expand my scope of the number of people I'm able to touch in the industry, which I find really fulfilling and really exciting. So it's also given me the opportunity to work remotely. So I guess my shout out through this whole piece is for those of you that are in vet med and kind of wondering what's next, like the sky's the limit, right? Like you have everything from patient care and certifications and things, also then to the business side. And don't be afraid of it. Like reach out for what you want and run with it. Cause, like Chelsea said, I'm now down in Florida. I'm loving it. I did not have to deal with snow this winter, which was a huge perk, in my opinion. So, so it's been really fun to get to know the industry.
That's awesome. Wow. Way to go. Cool. What a cool path. Where did you get started with horses originally? When you were younger or?
I was a young teenager. Yeah, I did not start when I was super young, but I was a young teenager and just started with weekly lessons of friend, actually, I had been wanting to do it for a long time, and one of my parents' friends' daughter also wanted to, so I got to kind of tag along with her.
Cool.
Have made a lot of great friendships throughout that are, the long-lasting type of friendships, and so I've been a little bit in and out of the equine world over the years, just due to some physical issues for myself, but have recently got back into riding after actually having a major hip surgery. So
Wow.
I just in the last couple of months since being down here in Florida have gotten to start ride again and stuff, and it's been really exciting because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to after surgery. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
And now she can ride like without being painful.
Yeah.
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 It's
Geez.
definitely
Yep,
affecting
which was
her
a wild,
ability.
yeah, yeah.
Man.
So it's been super exciting to kind of open some new doors in that aspect too.
For sure. Oh, that's so cool.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
To just get to
Jeez.
ride and
Thanks.
enjoy it
Yeah.
and not be,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Stressed
be
about it.
warm.
Yes,
To be warm in Florida.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she started kayaking. And so, and then
Oh,
when
cool.
I needed stuff to do with Addie when she came down for a little bit, and my mom. And so we couldn't get schedules aligned, but so we
Yeah.
didn't go at the same time because I think Liz has a knack. There's all these different kind of smaller rivers that feed in, I guess, to the coast, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the manatees come up
Oh, yeah.
the river. And it's this like really concentrated area. And because it was so warm, they had been seeking like these specific rivers or whatever,
Oh,
temps
okay.
stable.
Okay.
So Liz would go and kayak and see so many manatees. And then we saw a ton of stuff like turtles and
Cool.
and we didn't see gators, but they're definitely there.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then- but we just like kayaked. It was so
Yeah.
fun.
That's cool.
So
How
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
we just
Wow.
picked up a new hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Cool.
fun.
I love that.
Yeah. Remind me how long you were at the same practice in Illinois? Because
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it got bought out while you were there.
Yeah, I was at the same practice for 6.5 years.
Wow.
So
I mean,
yeah.
that in and of itself, like that trajectory
Yes.
is really cool for people to hear because it does seem like day in, day out, we all like run into compassion fatigue
Sure.
and just burnout. And so I think
Yeah.
it's cool that you were able to like continue learning and then like take over the practice management, right? That's a
Heck
huge
yeah.
piece.
Yeah, it was really a fun path because I felt like I really knew, the clinic itself. I do have a background. My degree is actually in agricultural business management. So I do have a business management background, which just kind of paired really nicely with being able to be successful in the practice manager position. And then I had an incredible DVM that was the selling DVM and manager DVM who really just had a foresight for business. And so between the two of us and our brains together, we were really just able to propel forward with things like bringing in chiropractic care, and bringing in telehealth and, bringing on just kind of these other elements that we continue to just kind of add in and evolve with. When I started at the practice, it was there were 2 doctors and 2 exam rooms. And by the time I left, we had 5 exam rooms plus a comfort room and still really just trying to like figure out how we fit more bodies in the building. There are 4, almost 5 DVM practice now. So it was really exciting. There was always something new, always something happening, but I always said that I was very fortunate to land in like my, not to be cliche, but my unicorn clinic from the get-go, right? Like a lot of people have to go through quite a few clinics to get there. So it is possible to find that, right? Which I think is really important to kind of call out. And so I just made it my goal to make that practice that for everyone that was an employee there and just really,
Love it.
bought into that and just made that. And once you do that, then everything else falls into place, right? If your employees are happy and they like
everybody's
being
happy.
there, then everybody's happy and the patient cares better. So it was very exciting, very fun.
You're awesome. That's
Yeah.
so cool. I love that.
She is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. Well, I know you had a couple cases in mind. I don't know the topics yet, but yeah, feel free to share.
Please do.
Any
Feel free to
crazy
kick
cases.
off. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I kind of, it's funny because like as I was thinking of ideas, I was like the repeat theme was just these spicy cats, right? And I kind of already brought that up. And it's so funny because like I find dog behavior really innate. Like, I think it comes from horses and knowing and reading horses and stuff. So I find like dog behavior very easy to come by. And cats, they are little aliens. Like, they are just absolute, like, there is no predicting how it, you know, you might be petting a cat because it's, or you might have a cat like come rub up on you because he wants pets, and then you're petting it and all of a sudden he's biting you. Like, what are we doing? Right? Like, he wanted me here. So part of my practice that I was at, we actually did house calls for small animals. And I don't know how common this is like around just in different states, but for us it really wasn't. So we were very commonly called to do a house call on cats because no one wants to put their cat in a carrier and take it to the vet, right? Like this is an experience that if we can avoid it, absolutely. So I will never forget when me and one of the DVMs go to a new client's house and we know that we're going in for 2 Bengals. Okay. And so, yeah, like, let's just start.
They're already
like,
difficult.
You already set the standard here. There's already the expectation.
I'm like, we're just going to start here.
Yeah.
So we get to this house and it's incredibly gigantic. Okay. And we always tell clients that we want them to have their cats in a bathroom. Right?
Yes.
Then we can know, we can get our hands on them.
Yeah.
Exactly. They disappear. Okay. So where do they have these cats? They have them in the master bathroom of this giant house with a walk-in closet, right? Like, so the house is bigger than, or the bathroom is like bigger than my house practically, right? So you've got this big stand-up glass shower, you've got this big jacuzzi tub, you know, your double vanity sink, and 2 Bengals. So we're like, okay, cool. Like, what are we doing here? So I'll never forget that, like, we instantly put on, like, the cat welding gloves, right? So we've got, like, gloves on to make sure we don't get bit through. We've each got, like, a towel so that we can, you know, try to get a hold of these cats. And I'm, like, darting across the bathroom trying to grab these cats. And it's just not happening. It's me and the doctor, and
it's too big.
The owner's, of course, just getting in the way, right? So we're like, okay, well, maybe the owner leaves. So we have the owner leave the bathroom, try it again. Finally, one of the cats, like, corners itself in the glass shower, right? So now we're like, okay, I've got this. So I'm like, gloves and a towel because I'm going to block my face if it comes at me, right? And I go in the glass shower with this cat and just trap ourselves in the shower so that I can get onto this cat. So I grab this cat. We're like, okay, good. He was actually very good once we, you know, got a hold of him, got the things done, got an exam done. And then we have to do round 2 with the other cat. Right? So it's just like same thing over again of like, how are we going to get our hands on this cat? He now knows what happened to the other cat.
Right.
He watched it. I was going to say, you first front row.
Exactly. Yes. So it's like, oh my gosh, like to be able to catch these cats, and clients don't realize that we ask for them in a bathroom for a reason, right? And so clients like, well, I put him in a bathroom. Like, okay,
it's just
true,
a palatial
like,
bathroom.
How are we gonna do this? So this second cat now is like scaling the walls, right? Like he's like climbed the wall, tried to get up on like the window vanity, rips down the blinds because he's trying to like climb up the blinds, and we're like, what are we even doing with ourselves? Like, go give me 1,000-pound horse, please. Like,
yes,
so
any
much
day.
No kidding.
That's what I'm
Any
doing
day.
right now, right?
Yes.
Like, so it was just this like wild rodeo of 2 Bengal cats, and I'm like, we should have known from the get-go. Like, just should have known.
Just say
right?
no.
Just no.
Just say no.
No thanks.
Right. Just say no. It's funny you say that because I did actually have a client that we said no to. That called because also a Bengal cat. And it was a client that we had that called us because his son thought that it would be a great idea to bring his Bengal over to his house. And so he has the Bengal over for a visit. Owner also has cats. They get into a fight. Bengal goes up on top of the kitchen cabinets. Okay. And so the owner is literally calling us to like be animal control. He calls us and he's like, we need you to come sedate this cat so that we can get a hold of it to put it back in its carrier.
How are you supposed to get a hold of it to sedate
with
it?
a
Like,
dart gun? Like,
you want me?
Exactly. I was like,
A literal dart gun.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
So my poor CSR, of course, like puts this client on hold and calls me, and she's like, this is what they want from us. And I was like,
Yeah, no.
no,
we're not.
You gotta draw the
we're not
line
helping.
somewhere. No.
No, not
At
helping.
some point, he'll come down for food. I don't know what
Yeah,
to tell
exactly.
you. Like,
I need
just
you
let
to
him come
come
down.
get a hold of this cat to sedate it so I can get a hold of this cat. Makes zero sense. Makes zero sense.
Yes, that was the solution they came up with.
Oh,
So,
my
yes.
goodness.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Thanks.
One of
So-
our, I think it was Delaney, one of our prior guests, this is quite a while
Oh,
ago,
yeah. You
was
should
the same
listen.
thing, companion animal mobile care.
Yeah.
And the cat like ripped down this piece of art that was like very expensive in this whole thing because
Like
it
shattered
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
because this is the thing is you cut the bathroom
Yeah.
smart actually. I don't
That
think
is
they would have
smart.
done that.
Yeah, no.
But cats, as soon as there's guests over, especially ones
Yeah.
that like smell
Yeah. They're
gonna
potentially like
hide.
vets, they still hide.
yeah.
And you can't get them
Yeah.
out.
And the
Yeah.
last thing you want to do is be like wandering someone's
Well, I don't wanna be
home.
in their
Like,
shower.
I don't want to be
Yes.
like
Like,
going in
I'm sure that was,
crevices
like-
of people's home.
I'm sure it was a clean shower, but I don't want to be in your shower.
yeah, it's
Like,
just that doesn't sound
I mean,
good.
yes, in this case it was, but the number of homes that you go into that are not,
Oh, God.
not so
It's
much
not.
on the cleanly side, it's very eye-opening, because I am like a minimalist. I'm actually living out of an RV now, so I'm totally minimalist, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need clutter, I don't need things. And the number of houses that you go into and you're like, can I walk? Like,
You
do I
can't
have a
even get
path to
through.
walk
So
through
much
your
shit
house
here.
right
Yeah,
now? Like,
yeah.
it's wild. We went
is
into, we had a
wild.
client that had 3 Labradors that they were like not housebroke. And
Oh,
so you would go
no.
in the house
3?
and, oh yes. Oh yes. 3 adult, full-sized, full-grown. I'm pretty sure at least one was an intact male. I can't remember about the
Come
other 2.
on. Oh.
1,000%. Like, absolutely, yes. So every time they got on our schedule, everybody dreaded going there. And it was always
Well,
like,
yeah,
let's
that's
do
a
it
health
in the spring,
hazard.
let's
That
do it
actually is,
outside,
yeah.
right?
That's a health hazard.
Actually is.
Yeah, so I did end up firing them,
Yeah. good.
and told them
Yeah.
that they were welcome to come into the clinic, but that we
Yep.
were not coming into their home anymore, which in and of itself is awkward conversation.
It is really awkward.
Very
But
hard
the
to do.
reason we finally pulled the plug and were like, enough is enough, is because my doctor and assistant came back and said that they saw roaches during their appointment.
Come
And
on.
Yep. Like, okay, well, here
Yeah,
we
that
are.
seals the
We're
deal.
pulling the plug.
But so you would go,
Yeah.
obviously, like I get the urine, like you go in and they're not housebroke, so obviously urine and all of that, but feces too, like they're
Yes.
defecating
Oh,
in
yeah.
the home, and they don't clean
Yeah.
it up before you get there. So there's just dog poop.
Well, no, they would clean it up, but
Okay,
the,
but you
just
know.
the,
But that
the lingering
smell,
That-
like
that's-
smell,
everything
yeah.
is in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
The smell, the stench, just
God.
yes, the overall all
Well,
of it.
this
Yep.
this is like the pendulum. I always think, what, probably 30, 40 years ago, most dogs lived outside, large breed dogs, mediums, lived
Right.
outside. And we all thought that
Yeah.
was like really sad for them and whatever. And they bring them in. And now it's like a problem with
Opposite.
some people
Yeah, yeah.
not being able to house train
sure.
their dog.
That's wild
Yeah.
to me.
Because that was
Yeah.
my thing
Yeah.
too with the Cocker Spaniel I had to put
Yeah.
down. Is it
Oh.
had diarrhea and the lady
Yeah.
was like low mobility. Her husband was out.
Yes.
She just would put
Oh,
towels
yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
diarrhea spots. And then I had to
Yep.
come in and put it down, and she wanted to keep it out of the fridge so her
Dead.
husband could say goodbye 4 days later.
Oh,
And I was like,
no.
Sorry,
no,
man.
No.
he can come
Nope.
to the clinic. Like, I am taking the dog.
Yeah.
You can't leave. It's going to be so bad.
I'm not
down
leaving
here.
a body in your basement.
No.
For,
Yeah.
No.
days.
But yeah, you see a lot
Yeah.
of stuff when you go in people's homes.
That's wild.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
like, that's the great thing about equine and large animal practice is you don't go in.
Yeah.
They might offer something, drinks or whatever, but
Yeah.
like you don't
Right.
really go in their house. Like they bring stuff to
Yeah,
the
the
barn.
expectation is that we're outside in
Yes.
the barn, like
So
this
you're-
is what we're
yes.
doing, sort of thing. Yeah, there's not an
Yes. Yeah.
expectation to come in the home or to do. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so it was always like a little like extra mystery, if you will, when you were going to new client appointments that were in home,
my
right? Because
God.
you're like, you have no idea what you're walking into. Like maybe, hopefully, we have medical records on the patients to at least like get an idea of the level of care that they receive
Yeah.
and like those pieces, but.
Yeah.
You do not know what you're walking into when you go to an in-home
No.
visit. Like it's just wild sometimes.
Wow.
So yeah. But we did have those other clients that were like really good long-term clients that we would see,
Yeah.
all the time. And we had another one where I'm like, I'm just gonna get all my cat stories out there because I had
I love
another
it.
one
I love
that
it.
just I love
it.
this one because it like shows my progression too as a tech, which I find a little bit hilarious because I went to the home with my managing DVM, who was probably my favorite at the practice, and we just both had that like we're gonna get it done attitude, right? Like whenever we went, like we always got it done. It was like, you know, beyond the patient truly being too stressed out, right? Like there were times where it was too much and we would say, hey, let's do some pre-visit pharmaceuticals next time and let's try this again, right? But we had this family where, and she had warned me that there were 2 cats in the home that were a little bit spicy, but they had brought a new cat into the home that was a 3rd cat, and so we knew nothing about this 3rd cat. So they put the new cat and one other up in the big upstairs, again, master bathroom. And then the other cat was in the small bathroom, single bathroom in the hall downstairs. So we go in and we're like, do we do the new cat first so that he doesn't know what's coming? Or do we do the old cat first and hope he behaves the best? I honestly don't remember which way we did it. All I remember from this visit, literally all I remember from the visit, is the cat climbing the walls, climbing up the curtains, us, like, my doctor, like, chasing it with a towel over her head, trying to, like, grab it off of the wall, and grabs it, like, in flight, mid-air, swings around with it, and then, like, ends up on the floor. And what we would do is most of the time we did cat appointments on the floor because it was a lot easier for us to just manage the cat. We had a lot more room, and then we could use our legs as, like, kind of almost like a stalk for it, right? Like, we would tuck the kitty between our legs, we'd cross our ankles so, like, he couldn't scoot out backwards, and then just kind of, like, have him in, you know, and then the cat feels better because they're confined,
They do like that,
right? Like, they have that pressure. Yeah, once they get there, then they usually, like, freeze and they're okay. But before we got to that point, this cat had thrown, like, all the toothbrushes off the counter, all of the, they had, like, the big tub next to the counter as well, and had thrown, like, I think there was, like, a candle that it, like, kicked into the tub that had broke, and, like, just complete chaos and pandemonium trying to get a hold of this cat, right? So she gets a hold of the cat, she's got it. I end up having to, like, give the vaccines and things because we can't transfer the cat from her to me. She does her exam, you know, tries to kind of listen to it and try to feel some of the things that this cat is like, exactly. Like, how do you hear the heartbeat through the hollering? Like, this cat was mad, did not settle down at all. So we get the bare minimum into her, get it done. Okay, let it loose. Let's fast forward to a year from now, right? So now we're due for our annual exam again. Comes up on both of our schedules again because it's a regular client of this doctor at my practice. I'm often her travel tech, you know. And so I'm like, okay, like, I've got it this year. I know what I'm doing now. You know, I've got this. And so we tell the client, like, I see it on my schedule for the next day. I call her up. We've already confirmed the appointment, told her to put the cats in the bathroom. I call her back and like, hey, this cat goes in the small bathroom by itself, right? Like, this is what we're doing. So we're like, okay. So we get to the client's house. Client's great. She's an amazing client. She does all the things for all of her cats. They're well taken care of. This cat is still feral in her own home, like, to her and her husband. Like, it's not really settled in after a year. And so she's like, she's proud of herself. She got the cat in the bathroom. She's got scratches all down her arm, mind you. Like, she got bloodied in the process. But she's like, I got the cat. It's in the small bathroom like you asked. I'm like, you're amazing. Thank you. So my doctor goes in first, and she's, like, creeping in to try to see where it's at to make sure she doesn't lose it, like, out the door. Like, it doesn't make a break for it. So she's like, okay, I don't see it. Doesn't make a break for it. So then she's like, okay, you can come in. So I scooch in the bathroom. It is a very small bathroom, which is great. We know we can get hands on it. We're looking around. We're like, there's no cat in this bathroom. Like, what? Where is the cat? So we're, like, almost ready to give up. And she opens the cabinet doors for, like, under the sink, and the cat is shoved back up in there. There was a hole, like, under on the backside where it, like, snuck in. I think it, so it, like, you couldn't see from the front that it had opened, but there was a hole that it, like, snuck into that way. So she's like, okay. So she's taking things out of the cabinet to, like, be able to get to this cat that's, like, up in there behind the plumbing and stuff. And I'm getting stuff out and ready, right? I'm, like, setting the scale down so we can weigh the cat. I've got the stethoscope. I'm, like, prepping my things. So as soon as we get our hands on this cat, like, we're able to just do the things that
you're
we've
ready.
done, right?
Yeah.
So I am not yet ready. And yet my doctor decides that she's going to open the cabinet and catch this cat. as soon as this is second go around, right? Like, because she's opened it once and been like, oh, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Now she's cleared
Yeah.
it out. So she's like, okay, I'm going to open the door again and catch this cat. She opens the door. The cat launches itself out of the cabinet straight at my head, flies like just past me, tapping me on the shoulder and like hits the door and scurries off behind the toilet. And I was like, what just happened? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I got two impatient.
It's just launching at your head.
I was like, well, she was like, fight or flight. I can't run anywhere anymore.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm going to shoot out of here.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So like, I was just like, I was stunned halfway because I was like,
yeah.
what? Like,
Scared
where did this
you?
cat even
Near
come
death.
from?
Yeah.
My doctor is laughing her tail off.
Yeah.
She like just saw what just happened, right? So I'm like, this is the funniest thing. So yes, so that's year 2, right? So I'm like, okay, round 2. Like, I didn't lose, but I didn't really win either.
Yeah.
So we get everything taken care of. We do, do the cat. And so then this year, I'm not in practice at the practice still, but friends with a lot of the techs and things. And so one of the techs texts me and she's like, hey, went to see one of your favorite patients, turns out. So she tells me who it was, and I'm laughing because I know the doctor has let her know of my history with this patient. And so she said that the owner had put her in the small bathroom again, and so they were looking at things, and they were like, hey, look, this patient's not actually due for any vaccines this year. Why don't we skip it, right? Like, why don't we skip the stress on everyone? We're not gonna, you guys don't want to do blood work on this cat. Like, let's just be done with it. And so they're like, okay. So I guess the story is that the male owner goes to open the door of the bathroom and the cat just launches itself out into the hallway. They see the cat hit the hallway wall like 4 feet off the ground and just rebounds off of it and takes off. And she said that the assistant was just like stunned, and the owner and doctor were both laughing because they knew what had happened last year. And the assistant had been told what had happened to me, and she was like, you weren't kidding. And they were like, no,
launched.
No, we're not.
Now
just
it knows.
Launched. Like,
now
it
knows it can just fly everywhere.
It
It's
can
just
fly.
a flying cat now. It's everywhere.
It's like,
Oh my
He was
God.
like,
stop
I got
me.
this, guys.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
whoever goes to see that cat next year, good luck to them.
Yeah, good luck.
Yes,
Good
I
That's all
luck.
I know.
There's no
Flying
stopping
cat.
that cat, man.
I'd respectfully bow out of that appointment. Like,
Right. Right.
oh my
Cat
God.
1, me 0.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vetcs, your go-to for veterinarian-developed CBD and wellness products for pets and horses. Founded by veterinary professionals, Vetcs offers science-backed formulas made with premium hemp extracts to support calm behavior, joint health, and overall wellness, whether you're in the clinic or out at the barn. Vetcs is all about helping animals live better naturally. Want to see what they're all about? Head over to vetcs.com to explore their full line of CBD products.
Or I'd
So,
rather,
yeah.
I'd take an 1,800-pound draft any day
Hell
over
yeah.
an 8-pound
Me too.
spicy cat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
because you
agreed.
can't predict them. Like, that is the problem.
You
There's
can't
no-
predict them. They're so limber,
Oh my
like
God.
just limbs
And then
flying
the
everywhere.
the time it takes, from them to be on the
Yeah.
table if you're in a clinic setting or whatever, and then just on the ceiling.
If
is
you get
nothing.
bit, you have to go be seen.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Yeah,
oh.
all
Yeah.
bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I have one cat bite at that clinic in the
That's not
7 years,
bad.
and it was from chasing a cat around a house. Like, it
Yeah.
was before I knew better.
Yeah.
I should have bowed out.
Okay.
And it was literally for a nail trim. Like,
Oh, come
we
on.
went,
Yeah,
as
like,
as
not
the tech
worth
team,
it.
Yeah.
we went for a nail trim without a doctor or whatever. Not worth it at all. Just,
No.
didn't know any better. And I, like, went out to, like, thought I was going to grab her, missed, and got bit on the arm. I'm like,
Dang.
cool.
Fucking nail trims.
Yes, I know.
I feel like nail trims are
Always.
like the downfall of veterinary medicine.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you're here.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
For
Oh,
sure.
that's too
Yes.
good.
So
Well, I
yes.
appreciate the crazy cat stories because it's been a little bit.
It reminds you what
Yeah.
you're not missing.
Right? Right?
Exactly.
Reminds you what you're not
Yeah.
missing. Yes.
No
yes.
offense to
We
all of our
did
cat
have
people. You are the.
I know. We did have a lot of very sweet cat patients too. I had one
That's true.
that she was very sweet little girl. Owner was just amazing as well.
Okay.
And she would eat the tops off of pill bottles.
Oh.
You know, like the child-proof tops. Yep.
Yeah.
3 foreign body surgeries.
No.
For the same thing every
But
time.
she would eat. She
Why?
would actually
What's
eat
up
the
with
top
that?
then.
Yeah, she would eat the top. Actually, somehow swallow. Like, I don't even actually
What the
know
f-
how physically
Those are
she
pretty
was
big.
capable.
Trying
Right,
to get
really brown.
contents
Yeah.
inside, like or just
Never ate-
eating
nope,
plastic?
never ate
just
the
like the
medicine.
Yeah,
plastic.
never ate the
Okay,
medicine,
cool.
never ate the bottle. And I don't know if the client dropped all of
good.
it or just the cap and it
Yeah.
snatched it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
The client did
Okay.
have mobility issues, so like it wouldn't have been a very
Okay.
quick thing for them to
Yeah.
grab the cap
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
what they dropped.
Why would they
But yeah,
swallow
and
it?
so
Yeah, I don't.
he would
that's
he
like a
would
dog
call or
thing.
email the clinic and be like, "Hey, she's acting funny again. Here's what she's doing again." And we'd be like, "Okay, we'll come get her."
3 foreign
Like,
body
let's
surgery.
take a look. Yeah, 3 foreign bodies, and then from that, she essentially developed like IBD, if you will, because
Well,
then
yeah.
she had so many adhesions and things, right?
Yeah.
So then it was kind of like well, does she come in? Does she not come in? So then what we
Yeah.
started doing for her is like he would call because she'd be acting funny, and we would bring her into the clinic. We'd do an X-ray to make sure, try to determine, and then we would usually keep her for like an overnight for him, even though
Okay.
we weren't that type of facility. But we would do like, okay, let's do IV fluids during the day today. We'll keep her overnight off of
Yeah.
fluids, see if she has a bowel movement, see how she does, like,
Okay.
try to get her through it symptomatically, because then it was like, do we cut? Do we not cut? Like, there's a very
Yeah.
good chance we need to, but also like there's a good, there's a chance that we don't.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, but like she was just, of course, the sweetest cat. The owner
Yes.
was delightful.
Yeah.
What a
And it's
random
like,
thing.
That is so random.
Yeah. So it's like,
Oh
well,
my
and she,
gosh.
yeah, it was 3 in not, a very wide time span. Like
Wow.
you would see an email pop up from him. You'd be like, oh no,
Oh, no.
It happened again.
what is it
Dang
now?
it.
Yeah. But it was always the same thing. Just the bottle
Wow.
caps. Never
Well, she's
anything
like a
different.
Druggie in another life.
Must get into the
Like,
bottle.
like she knew
Right?
that meant something.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, that is. It's super specific to do it repeatedly.
yeah.
Like once I
Well, it's
Yeah.
like a rock eater for a dog.
It
like
is.
labs.
Yes, it
Yes,
is a rock
right?
eater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. But yeah, no, it was
That's
always
so
the same thing for her. And she was just always so sweet. But we're like, yep, okay, here we go again. Like, we didn't learn our lesson the
Bring
first
her
or the
in.
second time. Here we are.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Well, you're super brave. All of your
Yes.
cat
yeah.
exposures.
Right?
Super
I
brave.
know.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Well, most of the time they're good, but the poor kitties have no idea what's happening,
Well,
and
yeah, they just
so,
get
and
stressed
like
so
you said, though,
easy.
it's like the
Yeah.
first time we would see them in home, it would be a cakewalk, but then they know, right? Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
100% know the next
They
time you come
remember.
into their home, and they're like, oh, it's you again.
I'm locked in the
Where
bathroom
it's
again.
on.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
wonder what's gonna
interesting.
happen
Yeah,
next.
I didn't do enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in Wisconsin, the first 9 months probably, I did some companion animal mobile calls, and so
Yeah.
to fill in because they didn't have a full doctor position, so I just like filled in while I was building my equine caseload, and so the first really it was only 9 months, so I actually didn't do many repeats
Yeah.
outside of acupuncture, which they tend to like.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so that's
true.
interesting because I always thought that was a hack is any mobile vet, but you're right. Going back, they probably are not that easy.
Right. Yeah. They remember.
I
Yeah.
totally thought it was
Yeah,
a hack.
it
where I
just
was like,
depends.
just go where
Yeah.
they're comfortable.
Yeah.
which
Go
is
where
at home.
Me too.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
they, but
Yeah.
then they're smarter
That's a
than
great
that.
point.
So,
Yes,
well, it's a
they-
one-time
yes,
hack.
They often are.
Oh,
And then,
one
yes, it's a one-time hack.
Yeah.
And there's some cats that do better in practice, right? Maybe they
Yeah.
just freeze because,
Yeah.
They're not,
There's no-
or you have
Yeah.
dogs, especially, like dogs can be protective over their home. And so
Yeah,
they do better
true.
in practice because they're not protective. But yeah, for kitties, it's a 50-50, but for the most part, it's about being easier for the client, right? The client
Yeah,
doesn't have
totally.
to catch the
Load
cat,
them
put
up.
the cat in a
Right.
carrier, load
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
up, hear them scream all the way to the vet because they don't
Yeah.
like a car ride, So oftentimes it's more about that, even though the cats are more comfortable in home, doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
make it easier that we're in home.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
The
yeah,
flying
there's
cat
a-
in the clinic would not be good.
Oh God,
That
it
would
would be loose.
No.
in a
That would
heartbeat.
be.
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories about cats like getting up into the tiled ceilings. Like
Oh,
thankfully I did
yes.
not have
The
that in my
drop-ins.
practice, but where like they would, like you said, literally
Yeah.
scale the wall and end up inside the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like that would be a
What
new
is that?
level of
Isn't there
nightmare
like
for me.
the season
Like-
of The Office
The
where
Office
she's
has
like
that.
pulling the cat
Yes.
from the
Oh,
top
is
of the
it?
ceiling?
It is
Is it
in
the
The Office.
fire drill episode
There you
maybe?
go.
Remember
And it's
the-
like a fire. And
I just
she's
remember a
like,
cat in the ceiling.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
to look it up later.
Yeah,
That's so
new
funny.
level of nightmare for me when I heard somebody else talking about that. I was like,
For
oh,
sure.
nope. Like
I think-
absolutely
well,
not. Like I
they're
had a
not
cat
hard to-
get loose. Yeah, we had a cat get loose in the lobby which was like
Oh,
enough
that's bad
for
enough.
me.
That's not
Like
fun.
it was, yeah, it was like me. And of course it was a semi-feral, like something that she, you know, the client had brought in. Like it was not actually a friendly cat. And it like scaled the bags of dog food, right? And like, you know, sliced open dog
Sliced
food
them
with
open.
its
Sliced them
nails.
open.
And yeah. And then had to like catch that. So we had to like lock the doors to make sure nobody came in from the
Yeah, I was gonna
outside
say
to like
people
let it
coming from
out.
outside would know.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So we like somebody else like ran around and locked the doors, and of course like I was the one that had to catch the cat. 'Cause,
Oh my
you know, we
God.
had, like myself and one
straw.
other were like really
Yeah.
good with cats, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
like okay, well I guess this is the downfall to being good
Yes.
at restraint.
That's
so I
true.
have to now
It is.
go catch the loose cat.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Even
But-
more reason why your big smile behind when you say, I work remotely now. Now
Yes.
I'm remote.
Yes. I missed a lot of the patient care, not
For
all
sure.
of the patient
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I love
for
that.
sure.
Too funny.
Oh my gosh.
So I feel like we all have that one thing that we just absolutely cannot do. For some people, like it's maggots or abscesses. For me, it's vomit.
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
Vomit?
Yes, eyeballs
Fair
is
enough.
another one. Vomit.
Gross.
Yes, mine is vomit. I have never been able to handle like if a human vomits, I'm done. I will absolutely be vomiting as well. Like it's that bad. So when I was in the practice, I made it a substantial amount of time before I had to deal with a vomit case. Like I
Okay.
was really good at being like, oh, actually, I'm tied up in this.
So-and-so
Already doing
Or,
something.
"Oh." Yeah, like I made it a very, very good time. But then it became known, right, that everyone, I was
Yes.
like, I will trade you whatever case to not have to
Yeah.
induce vomiting here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one of the girls that had been working with me for like we were both kind of the OG team, right? We had been there a while together and we were good friends, and she knew my nemesis, right? So she's like, hey, so and so's bringing in a Saint Bernard, which I love the Giants. Like
Okay.
I absolutely
Yeah.
adore them. My first dog as an adult was a Great Dane. Like I just adore them. And so she knew I'd be like, oh, big fluffy dog, like love it. And so she was like, we're gonna need help with this case. And I was like, okay. So then she comes back to me later and she's like, hey, we did the radiographs on the Saint Bernard. And I was like, oh no. She's like, we need to do some vomiting. I was like, nope. I'm out.
I'm out.
I am absolutely out.
Oh,
So she just was laughing at me. She was like, no, I was actually just coming to tell you, like, avoid treatment for a while because there's going to be a
Okay.
very large amount of vomiting happening in
Okay.
treatment.
I was going to say,
and
a
so-
larger dog, larger volume.
So big.
Yeah.
Such a big volume.
Larger volume. Turns out this dog, like, truly had pica. Like, he would eat
Oh.
anything. And so she told me later, she's like, you have to come back here. And I go back. There is a French toast piece of a toy, like a toy that looked like French toast.
Oh.
That was probably 12 inches by 12 inches. Completely intact. Completely
inches?
intact.
Like a play food.
Like an
in the
actual,
world?
yes, like an actual
Yes.
stuffed. You could still see like the little face on it. You could still see all the things, like intact toy. I think there were 5 or 6 other like toy remnants that were just like pieces of toys that he also vomited up.
Oh my gosh.
And yes, but the French toast piece always lives it down as being the
Well-
best item that's been vomited up.
Yeah.
As, like in its entirety.
It's just
as a
impressive.
toy item.
12-inch piece of French
Well,
toast.
yeah.
That's what you-
I mean,
That's
this
what
is a
you-
200-pound dog, right? This
Yeah.
is like a
Swallowed it
200-pound
whole.
dog. Like he was a
Yeah.
very large friend.
But that's why you would buy a
so-
toy that big. Is you're like, well, they
Right.
can't possibly
Yeah.
swallow it.
Right.
Oh, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this was a household of Saint Bernards. Like they were a large dog
Oh,
family.
wow.
You know, so they
Jeez.
had a couple dogs in the household, and so
Okay.
yes, they were buying large toys that were too big for him to swallow whole or to get
French
pieces
toast
off of
is
and
so
swallow.
funny.
And yeah, so he swallowed that along with a few other times. I think in total he ended up coming in like 4 times to induce vomiting in the time that I was there. So yeah, every time it took like 4 of us to do x-rays on him, right? Because like,
Oh, yeah, for
gotta
sure.
gotta do the x-rays, gotta do the
Yeah.
things. Like, very sweet boy, just did not like the
God.
circumstances he found himself in, but
The
not enough
cleanup,
to warrant
man.
changing his
Oof.
behavior.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
no, not
like-
enough for that.
No.
Those were the days like I buy cupcakes for the team, right? Like,
Yeah. Like,
here's your
okay.
reward
little
for having
sweet
to deal
treat.
with that.
Saint Bernard
And for
induced
me,
vomiting.
not offering to help.
Well, yeah.
I love it.
No, you're right. Everybody has their things though, so you gotta just like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't.
But I also,
vomiting doesn't
like-
bother me at all.
coming from equine, abscesses, maggots, like, I'm good
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
do either
Those
of
are
those,
bad
don't care at
things.
all.
Yeah.
And half of the team was like, no way. Like, I had a
Yeah.
TM who'd be
Yeah.
like, I will pass out if I see maggots. Like, cannot do it, right? And so I'm like, okay.
Oh
Like,
God, yeah.
I've got that all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vomiting?
Yeah.
Nope.
That's so
Pass.
funny.
Funny.
Hard pass.
And you should be an equine, really.
Yeah.
If you ever go
Right.
back to
There is
clinical
none.
practice, I think you should go
Right.
back to equine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The
They
signs
cannot.
are pointing.
Well, this is really random. For you, is it the sound of the
Yeah, maybe it's like
of it
the
coming
visceral.
up, or
It's
is
all of
it
it.
the smell and the?
It's all of it. It's all of
My-
it. Because even there was one time I did have to be back there for. There was 2 different ones. We had a fruit salad that we had to induce vomiting on. That was because I had grapes in it, so it was like grapes, all the things. Like
makes
dog
sense, that makes sense.
literally ate an entire big like bucket of
my
fruit.
bulldog.
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows
That would be
why?
out there. Yeah.
Yes.
So that actually did not smell bad.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I still was absolutely losing my marbles. And then the
strawberry.
infamous chocolate, right? When you have the
Yeah.
dog that eats like all the chocolate and it comes back up smelling and looking like chocolate,
Yeah.
almost worse for me. Nope.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It's too
not.
identifiable.
Like,
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
nope.
It's not awesome.
So
It's not.
it's
I-
all of the
pleasant.
above for me.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
some sort of, I don't know when this developed. I don't think it was all that long ago, but the like regurging sound
Yeah.
or whatever of it coming up is really funny to me, and I don't know why. It's because it's not funny. I don't want to clean up like kids puking in the back seat. Like I
Right.
don't want to, but I think it just whatever makes
It makes
me
you
laugh.
laugh.
So then
That is
yes, like
that
having
is
3
a
kids
terrifying
them-
noise to me
Oh.
because I have a Frenchie with a
Well-
stenotic pylorus, and so
Yeah.
I hear it like if he's in bed with me and I hear that, which of course he like thinks he needs to share my pillow, right? And so it's like you hear it and
It's gonna be right
instant,
next
right?
to
Like
you.
you
It
hear
is.
it and it's
always in
there
your bed,
right
man.
away. And
Yeah.
so he'll most of the time it's a false alarm. Like most of the
Okay.
time it's just this like ungodly belch that doesn't
Yeah.
actually produce anything, but it
Yes.
sounds the same as the
Oh,
other.
and you
where
wake
it
fully
will.
up.
No.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
I
then you're
feel
like, oh,
like
false
being a
alarm.
mom, like obviously human kids, but I've
Yeah.
caught vomit in my
Yes,
hands
yeah. It
many times.
happens.
Like actually
Yes.
fairly recently in the last couple
It
months.
happens, man.
Oh.
Caught it just in my because there's nothing if you have
Well,
nothing
it's better
and
than a
it's so
mess.
fast
Right.
and you're like oh
Right.
and that's like
No.
your response is to go to it
No.
so it's not on your couch and less to clean up.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I hear you,
Liz
but
is
no.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
out.
like, no, my son, I
I've
grabbed his
never-
own t-shirt and I folded it up
That's
and I
smart.
had him puke it and then I shimmied him to the bathroom.
That's incredible.
So gross though. I feel
That's incredible. Yeah.
You would
No.
be out. That's
Nope.
funny.
I had the same fruit salad dog because I have, again, minimal cases with me involved where there's vomit
Yeah.
involved.
Vomit,
But
yeah.
fruit salad dog, I cannot remember if it was just like had, the stringy drool grossness on it or if it actually had like gone to retch again, but he had moved away from the bucket and things that we had for him. And my coworker did essentially that, like reached down and
Catch
like
it.
Yeah.
I can't remember, either like redirected the vomit or like caught the slobber string like off, and that was enough for me to like
like,
You're like,
nope.
I'm out.
it's like, girl, I can't.
Done.
No, I'm
Done.
out. Like I thought I was being helpful. We are now done.
Well,
like
Can't
can't.
be there for this.
well, that's the perfect segue to our lunchtime here
Well,
in
yeah,
Colorado
right?
because
You
we're
were-
at almost
Well,
12:30. So
there
in
you
true
go.
veterinary
You're
fashion,
welcome.
It's time to eat.
it's time to eat lunch. It's-
It doesn't
so
matter what
funny.
you're talking
Exactly.
about. It's time
yeah.
to eat.
Well, I'll get my sandwich out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
So
oh my
funny.
God. Well, I know you probably had more stories. We're just running
Yeah.
out of time, so I don't want to
That's so
keep you.
funny.
But but
No,
we super
you're
appreciate
good.
you being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
fun to share some small animal stuff with you guys and
yeah,
to kind of recap some fun in the practice.
Heck yeah. And we hope you don't have any
yeah.
more lizards in your RV.
Yeah.
Before we started
Oh my
recording,
goodness.
listeners,
Yes.
her cat brought her a parting present before she leaves Florida tomorrow,
A nice little gecko.
Yes.
which is a gecko in her RV.
Yes, my cat who has
Thank you,
learned how to
cat.
Yeah.
open the screen door on his own and just let himself in and out as
Oh
he
my
pleases. So,
Smart.
Yes.
I mean, smart cat.
Super
Yes.
smart.
That's
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it.
I know.
so
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
Well,
Well,
cool. Well, hopefully your move goes well too. So
Yeah, good luck.
Thank
Keep
you.
in
I
touch.
appreciate that. Yeah, it was great to talk to you guys.
You
Cool.
too.
Okay,
Take
thanks,
care.
Liz.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We would really love to have you as a guest on our podcast. So if you have any fun stories to share with us or would like to be a guest, we have a form on our website. So unhingedandOnCall.com. And you just click on the little link there and you can fill out a little bit about your story and yourself, and then we would get back to you. Or you can just email us to chat@unhingedandOnCall.com and just tell us a little bit about yourself. And we would love to have you as a guest.
We also are looking for ratings. So essentially on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, you can rate and review our show. And that would be super helpful in just getting kind of into the algorithm. And then additionally, we are on YouTube. So if you ever want to watch videos, we put more content, like visual content, so pictures, videos, things like that, into the episodes. So we'd love to have you follow or subscribe our channels on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe so you get all the latest updates. Unhinged and On Call isn't just a podcast, it's a lifeline for every veterinary professional barely holding it together with vet wrap and caffeine. Somewhere out there, another tech, vet, or assistant is deep in the same chaos, dodging poop, managing meltdowns, and wondering if they're the only one unraveling. You're not. Whether you're laughing, crying, or rage cleaning your truck, you've got a whole tribe behind you. You're unhinged, but never alone.